truth, yeah, ruthless truth. Get down, it could go bad for you. Hit like, comment, subscribe, you know what to do. Be cool, city lights shining so bright. Fine dining lights feels right. Flights to places far from sight. Get right, ruthless truth, yeah, ruthless truth. Get down, it could go bad for you. In the city where we move, stay cool. Underneath the neon glow, life is fast but take it slow. Every moment like a show. Let's go. Dancing through the night, we got energy flows we can't hide. Feel alive, we outside. Moments fleeting but we shine. In this rhythm we align. Time flies. Moments fleeting but we shine. In this rhythm we align. Time flies. Ruthless fleeting but we shine. In this rhythm we align. Time flies. Ruthless truth, yeah, ruthless truth. Get down, it could bad for you. In the city where we move, stay cool. Stay cool.
Hey, nobody bigger than the program.
What's up, YouTube? Back at it again. Welcome to the show. There's no place like Ruthless Place. So today we're going to discuss this shame, blaming and shaming game, right? The blaming and shaming game. That's what I see a lot on these YouTube spaces. A lot of finger pointing, right? Men blaming the men, women are blaming the men, and then men and women are shaming, men are shaming women, right? But none of this is a solution. Blaming men is not going to, saying it's your fault, you should be a better leader, it's going to make the woman stay in that house. And shaming women for being whatever they are is not going to make them stop being the way they are. These are not reasonable solutions. Because the fact is, we're sinners. Everybody's going to have something wrong with them. Nobody's perfect. And shaming is not the answer. Right? All I see is the homies that come up here, pointing fingers. Oh, you need to be better leaders. Brownville gave a whole speech on why we need to be more stoic, why we need to be more this. The men can be the best men possible. That's not going to solve for anything. The women are still going to be what the women are. And shaming women for being, living in their truth, being what they aspire to be, is not going to help anything either. This is 2026, right? Everybody is responsible for their own actions. If a girl wants to go and be a 304, okay, she has to live with that, not me. And we need to stop trying to blame the men for the way the women are acting. And we need to stop shaming the women for the way they're acting, because it's not a solution. It's not going to make them turn around and say, you know what? He's right. It's not going to make women stop chasing money. It's not going to make them stop chasing their dreams. It's not going to stop them from leaving their husbands. It's not going to stop them from leaving their boyfriends. And blaming the men for their exits is wrong. Because women have their own autonomy. They are individuals. And they have been afforded rights to be able to move to the things that makes themselves happy. So you can't blame the men for women exercising their right to be an autonomous being. But you can't shame women for living in their truth. It's all life, right? If two people get together and don't work out, it is what it is. Nobody should lose no sleep over that. Just because two people get together and make promises and say things don't mean that they're going to be together forever. So blaming her husband because his wife is no longer happy is not the answer or the solution. And shaming the wife because she wants a new life is not the solution either. It's not like you're going to shame the women. Oh, yeah, you and wife, you broke up the family and you ain't no good. Da, da, da. And she's going to say, oh, well, you're right. Let me go undivorce him. Or let me go unbreak up with him because you said that it was a bad, bad girl. She's not going to do that. She don't give a fuck. If a woman walks away from a marriage or a relationship of any form, she is exercising what's in it her right to do. Solely on her. What's up, IB Rody? That woman is being who she is. And we got to accept that. We got to respect that. Listen to the women. Be all you can be. Live in your truth. Because that's what you want to do. But us men have to understand that it's not our fault. It's not our fault as men that the women are exercising their options. And men need to stop blaming men for women living in their truth. Men need to stop blaming men for women having a voice. Men need to stop blaming men because she wants to take the family and leave. Because at the end of the day, women are intellectually smart, intelligent, and they do what's in the best interest of their happiness and their peace. Now, do I agree with it? Not necessarily. But, oh, well, it is what it is, boo, do you. She's the one that got to live with it, not me. Oh, here goes Shiesty Bum. Here goes Shiesty Bum. And this is what I'm talking about. This is why Shiesty Bum is a part of the problem. She's blaming men for women making the decisions to better their life. You blaming men because she wants to spread her wings and fly away. Right? You want to blame men for the woman want to go out and find another husband. Blame it on us, right? That is not the solution, though, Sugar Bum. That's not going to solve anything. Right? You blaming and men shaming, ain't going to solve anything. Ain't going to make the women go back to that man, and ain't going to make that woman go back to that man. For you saying, blame it on the man. It ain't going to make her turn around and say, you know what, you're right, girl. It's his fault. She's not going to turn around and say, go back to him because you let him know it was his fault. She's going to stay gone. As a matter of fact, she's going to get further away. But here's the thing, Sugar Bum, or Shiesty Bum, whatever you want to say. Y'all want the right, the freedom to execute what's best for your life. And then when you do it, you turn around and blame the men. So which one is it? Is it your right or is it his fault? You can't blame the man for you being or doing what it takes to make you great, right? You can't blame men because you want to be a superstar. You can't blame the man because you think you're better without him. You got to accept responsibility, Sugar Mom, for your own. The women got to accept responsibility for their own actions. And shaming the woman ain't going to help either. Because these are not solutions, gentlemen. These are not answers or solutions. Everybody wants to point the finger. Well, no. Bottom line is men empower women. We say, hey, be all you can be. Women out here, man, say all the time, I want my woman to be strong. I want her a strong woman. I want her to be educated. I agree. Now, that's better. That's a better statement, Sugar Bum. Now, that's more better. Males need to evolve. And let's have that conversation with you, Shiesty Bum. Men do need to evolve in a way where they need to understand that shaming women ain't going to change women. Shaming women ain't going to change women. Right? Women are going to be women no matter what, and they're going to listen to nobody. Women are their own autonomy. They are separate from the man. And if they act on their ambition, on what they feel is right for them, then they're the one that got to live with that. But blaming a man is not going to solve for anything. Or maybe he could have been better. Maybe he could have not argued with her. Maybe he could have been home more. Maybe he could have had more money. Maybe he could have fucked her better. Maybe he could have did this. Maybe he could have that. Maybe this. Maybe that. Or maybe she had another nigga that she caught feelings for. Maybe that's the reason. See, now let's have a different conversation. But women like to blame the men to escape accountability. And men like to blame the men to simp for the women. See, it's all politics. Niggas be politicking and bitches be just don't want to accept responsibility. They don't want to say, hey, I left because I just want to leave. I'd rather women say that. Let your nuts hang. Let your motherfucking nuts hang. I'm left this nigga because I want to leave that nigga. Or I found some better dick. I'd rather you say that. Why don't you just say that? Don't be because he this, he that, no, just say, I'm leaving because I want to motherfucking leave, nigga. I'd rather a woman just stand 10 toes down on her decision to do whatever her decision is, to break that family up or leave her husband or leave her boyfriend. If you're going to do it, make sure you stand 10 toes down and say, I accept responsibility. I left that nigga just because I wanted to leave that nigga. I didn't love him no more. I didn't want him no more. That'd be really funny. But why are you so funny? Yeah. Let your nuts hang, Sugar Bum. Say, I left that nigga because I found some better dick. Say, I left him because he wasn't making enough money. And I wanted to go make. I feel like I can make money by myself. I can struggle by myself. That's all I'm saying. To the women, if there's any listening, all I'm saying is, if you're gonna do it, stand 10 toes down. Don't blame him. Don't blame him. Stand on it. Feel me? Say, I left because I just felt like it. That is more gangster. Be gangster with your shit. Because you blaming him, that's what you're a coward? You scared to stand 10 toes down all of a sudden? It's always, everybody want to act like they're gangster until it's time to be gangster. Why'd you leave? Oh, well, no. Just say, I left because I wanted to motherfucking leave. And that, to me, is respectable and commendable. Don't blame feminism. Why are we blaming feminism? You fuck about feminism. She just left because she didn't like his dick no more. She didn't like his dick no more. Just say that. I didn't like his dick no more. Oh, that nigga, this. And men, we need to stop trying to shame her. Oh, you a hoe. Oh, you ain't shit. What that doing? That ain't gonna make her come back, nigga. Oh, you bitch. You leave. That don't mean nothing. She's still gonna move forward. So the blame shame game is lame. It's lame. It doesn't fucking work. Because women don't give a fuck about what people think about them anymore, as far as when they make a decision to garner their happiness, they don't care. They'll deal with it. They'll cry. They'll cry because they tore the family apart. But at the end of the day, they say, you know what? My happiness is more important than this family. And that's what I want to hear the women say. Don't blame the men because you want it to end. Take accountability. Step up and say, I'm a bad bitch. I just left because I wanted to. That's what I'm talking about. See, I was a former bank robber, right? When I robbed the banks and got caught, you know what I'm saying? I had to stand 10 toes down on it. I couldn't blame America. I couldn't blame the system. I couldn't blame my mom. I couldn't blame my dad. I had to accept responsibility for my own actions. Period. See, this ain't about, I don't give a fuck if you don't even take accountability. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck if a woman don't take accountability. Oh, I just wrong. I don't care about that shit. I don't give a fuck. You going, whatever. I just left him because he was broke. I don't give a fuck. But don't blame and don't shame. You want the glory, keep the glory. So when you make the move to improve your greatness, and what makes you, if you feel like you got to lead this marriage to make your life great again, stand 10 toes down. Be gangster about your shit. I just love him just because I fucking wanted to. Period. Or I got some new dick. Period. And niggas need to stop trying to shame these women for living in their truth. Because you got to understand, when you marry a woman or get with a woman or get a relationship with a woman, it's a gamble, nigga, for both parties. It's a gamble for both parties. Ain't no guarantees, nigga. Until these bitches, ain't no guarantee. Can't nobody say, oh, well, we're going to be together forever 100%. And that's what made me mad about these married men trying to ascend onto us with their oh, I'm gonna show you how to be married. I've been married for this many years. Nigga, that's still not a solution. That don't solve anything. That's not gonna make women, hey, look at that couple over there. If they can do it, we can do it. Bitches are still leaving. Period. They're gonna continue to leave. Ain't no man coming and saying, "Oh, I've been married for 100 years, and me and my wife, we've been happy." And men are saying, "Oh yeah, okay, well let me stay, because look, if you guys can make it, we can make it too." Fuck no. Fuck no.
It never had anything to do with Black women, and so that's why I get mad when men call me a feminist, because I'm like, I'm a woman. I don't know, like I don't know what to tell you, because I don't know anything about that. Nothing. I've never listened. I've never researched, because I didn't care. My mom told me what that was about, because my mother came up in that time. She was the generation that started. Well, she wasn't the generation that started the civil rights movement. She was a little young, but she was a part of the civil rights movement, and she knew the history of the women's suffrage movement. And she was like, that don't have nothing to do with you. So Black women were not raised up in feminism. We were raised up to survive as Black people. And I think that that's I don't know if it looks like it. I don't know, because I don't know anything. I don't know anything about it.
I think he's saying that the way we're moving is kind of like, whether we know where it's coming from or not, it's just the way we move that is coming from. That's where it originated.
Oblivious.
I think that it mirrors it, and I can give you that. But we are not being intentionally taught these things.
When Black women sorry to cut you off. Go ahead, Bo.
Black women, me in particular, I'm sorry. I was raised to be more than my looks. I was raised to not have to depend on a man because of how, because of how, I'm saying, but okay. Laying it out, because laying it out, don't you, like, that is a little harmful in the economy that we're in, because most men can't support one household. But also, my mother knew what depending financially on a man looked like because of the generation that she came from. If I'm being honest, those powers were abused back then. And so you can't fault our parents for looking forward and being like, I don't want you to be like my mother in my generation. And so she just taught me how to survive by myself, because it's a reality for a lot of people.
And this is what I mean. She not letting on that thing. She should just said, my mama taught me to not depend on no man, because you never know what might happen. And then you took it upon yourself to say, you know what? I know I'm a fucked up person. I don't know if I can stay with a man. I don't know if I can complete the mission. And I standing on business. I got me a job and got up making money because I didn't think I can do it. It wasn't that I was independent because I didn't want to depend on no man. I don't think I can complete a relationship. Women understand that they're not built for long-term relationships. That's why they're preaching independence. That's why they're getting their own money, because they know they're not capable of finishing the deal. Women understand that about themselves. One thing about women, don't let them fool you. They understand that they're fucked up inside. They understand that. They understand that if they get with a man, there's only going to be so much time before they start acting a certain way. No, they know they got a big mouth. They know they like to talk shit. They know they like certain things about them that will sabotage a fucking relationship. Women know this about themselves. So they gotta always have a, one in the chamber. Women are they plan things out. They're strategical. And they know that most relationships ain't gonna last. They're not gonna make it because they know that they're fucked up. That's why they don't like to spend a lot of money on men. That's why they don't like to do anything extra for men or any extra energy for men. Because at the end, when they ready to leave, they don't want to say, I gave it my all. They want to say, enough is enough.
And I don't want to go through all of the reasons and all of the things because it's a rabbit hole if I'm getting into that. But this is not you don't need a man. She was just preparing me.
If she would have prepared you to be a wife,
you not have one though.
That's what I'm saying.
If she would have prepared you with the qualities of a wife based on the market selection, optimized for the selection, you think there would have been a different outcome?
No.
You think survival would have been in terms of I get selected by a suitable partner that has the leadership quality and the capacity economic.
And this nigga's delusional. Here this nigga go. Know the outcome would have been because she knows that she's fucked up. What do you mean? What do you mean? A suitable leader. Women are not looking for leaders, nigga. They're looking to lead. And they know that. And they know that most men can't take it. So that's why they want their own money. That's why they want their own autonomy. So that if this shit gets burnt out, they can move the fuck on and not be broke.
Economically, to be able to care for me.
But that's unrealistic.
That be looked at as survivability.
That's unrealistic. When
you realize that's been happening for centuries before.
When you are raising your daughters in 2025,
it's not true.
This is where we are. And so I was born in 80. And at that point, the country was going downhill rapidly, economically. And so my mother teaching me how to select a partner that can take care of me and lead, that is a crapshoot.
No, what I meant was optimize yourself for selection, not select.
So what she's saying is, right? Let me break down what she's saying. Find a man who can take care of her the way she wants to be taken care of. She want to get a man who's going to listen to her and take care the way she want to get taken care of. I mean, that's what that means. So the outcome's going to be the same. Because what? It's hard to maintain somebody's happiness. Somebody else's happiness, at least. And that's the name of the game for women. They understand that they're not reliable. Women understand that they're quitters. That's why they want their own money. That's why they want a backup plan. They're not worried about the men. They know most men's a beta. They know there's niggas that are simp, that they can just run over, that them niggas will never leave them. They know that. Women ain't worried about what a nigga, or he gonna leave me. No. What women are worried about is themselves. They know that they're not capable of hanging in there long term to finish the deal. So they always got a backup plan. Cause a lot of them know they got mouths. They talk a lot of shit. A lot of them know that they're very combative. What's up, OG Dirty? Welcome to the show. A lot of them know these things. A lot of them know that they're not built like that. But the men, we're delusional. We think they're like that. But women know they're not like that. Because if men really would stop being delusional and think that these women aren't like that, they would stop getting married to them. They would stop putting that ring on it. But we think that, oh, she can do it. We can do it. Yes, we can. And women in their mind, I don't know about me. I may be him. I don't know about me. And that's why women want their own money. That's why they want their own shit. That's why women don't have no problem with being single. Because they know they're not built to last.
I'm saying if she looked, because we can argue that most mothers are not looking at the market when they're raising their daughters. Can we at least agree to that?
I don't think that as Black people we can afford to do that to our kids. Because the average earning potential of a Black person in general.
Yeah. So, Bo, just to clarify, because I know I don't want to hold everybody up tonight. As a key core example of what you kind of espoused, much of it was feminist talking points and rationale and logic and deductive reasoning. And as an example of you're looking at it through the lens of survivability, the feminist primary perspective was to reduce the role and influence and importance of a man in a woman's life by default.
No. What the fuck are you talking about? See, a lot of these people he's talking more so in the 50s, the 40s, the 30s, the 60s. That's just done with. Right? That's just done with. What's going on with women now? They want the throne. They want to rule. They want to rule the fucking world. That's what it is. And the man is what women always ran the house, even back in the days. That's why grandpa would come and what? Drop the check off to her. He would drop the check off to grandma. And then what? For grandma to do what? What she plead with the money to run the house. And whatever she extra left, she might go buy her something or she might put it away for a rainy day. But the women always ran the house. The difference now is they have access to more money. So they figure, I ain't got to pretend like grandma used to be. I ain't got to fake it to make it. See, that's the difference, gentlemen. Women are saying in themselves, I don't have to fake it to make it because I can make my own money. So we need to stop blaming men because that's not the solution to women coming back to the home. It's just not.
What another way of saying that is feminism is teaching women and has been teaching women about what it means to be autonomous completely from men.
Women have always thought that. Even before feminism. Women always wanted that, but they just couldn't because it was wartime. Too many wars been fought. Too dangerous. They go outside their tribe, they get kidnapped, jacked, and raped. But now that it's civilization, now they say, oh, well, shoot, we can come out now. We can live in our truth now because we ain't got to worry about that because we can call 911 now.
So as a child, when you're being taught about how to survive strictly through the lens of through you and through your hands, and not how these Asian and white women today are still being taught, even when going to college, to still prioritize and value not only getting that degree and being able to make and sustain yourself in terms of income, and always have ability to have a backup plan if things don't work out. The other part that feminism hides and shields certain women from is the other part. Unless you're planning on doing this for the next 60 years of your life alone, you also, at the time period when you're most fertile, you're in your youth, when you're of a certain weight and aren't as jaded because you don't have as many negative experience with men, that's also the time period when you should be also equally prioritizing.
But one thing he's missing, they didn't have social media back then. They didn't have access to the money back then, not like they do now. So it's a whole different time. It doesn't matter what lens. The lens is women are delusional. They want the best life has to offer. And if that man cannot give them what they think they deserve, they'll fucking leave. See, some niggas can be just too intellectual, nigga. But Rufus gonna keep it motherfucker. We're gonna get straight to it. Fuck this nice intellectual conversation to maintain the motherfucking room. If that nigga can't give her what she thinks in her mind she deserves, she's the fuck out of there. Period. It ain't feminism. It's the way women have always, even Eve, when she bit that fruit, thought the fruit would make her better. Where was feminism? When Jezebel did what she did, where was feminism? Women have always been treacherous, looking for a way out, trying to get to the best optimal. Women have been survivors too. And now that they got a little bit more wiggle room now because of social media, because not only social media, you can make money, through social media, get followings, have supporters. You can strip clubs. Now, nobody's not really scared to go to strip club and won't work there no more because the shame game is done, right? Cardi B opened up that floodgate. So now women are essentially moving how they feel is what's best for them. Women are playing this game to win. Simple. And they're going to do whatever it takes, what they feel is best for them. That's even me, destroy the family, they don't care. Kids, get your ass in that car. I ain't fucking with your daddy no more. It's over. And you better not say nothing about it. You better not mention his name while we in the house. Women are moving for survival where they feel is suitable for them. They don't care. They don't care about what the motherfucking kids think. They don't care what their mom and dad think. If a woman's not happy, if she doesn't feel this is the best place for her, you can shame her all you want to. You can shame her all you want to. She's out of that bitch. Women don't give a fuck about someone else when it comes to their happiness being compromised.
A partner. So in school, these women, I watched them. They looked at the majors of certain students, men, and they would go to the certain majors and hang out by those doors, the classroom doors. And when those male students, the male engineer student, the doctor, the student doctor, all these guys that haven't made the money yet, they got him freshman year, sophomore year. She's still getting her degree. Mm-hmm. She's still figuring out, I got to survive. I got to get this money. But she was taught that second piece.
It's just her nature. It's a woman's nature to be conniving, to be envious, to be jealous, to manipulate, greed. What the fuck y'all think these women built of? Roses? You don't think a woman will get you set up, nigga? Everybody know if you fuck with the wrong woman in the hood, she'll set your ass, get your ass set up. There's a lot of Christians ain't new. But a lot of you niggas is green. A lot of people are green. Women been scandalous. A woman can cross you just like a nigga can cross you. So blaming the men for the woman's actions is not going to solve them. It's not going to stop them for being 304s. It's not going to stop them from selling their pussy. It's not going to stop them from chasing the bag. The more you shame them, the more they're going to go hard. And blaming the men ain't going to solve nothing either. It's your fault. You should have been a better leader. Like she's going to say, yeah, I'm going to go back to my leader so maybe I can listen to him. Ain't no woman out here thinking, oh, I should have went back to my ex because he was a good leader.
Feminism has infiltrated the minority communities. And you've actually seen it as a pattern within all the westernized civilizations. That's why marriage is declining, divorce is up, single mother and parent households are up in all of these countries because it's the same thread. It's the same thread. And what's worse is, you want to know how effective it is? It's so rampant and so effective. The best way to explain for women who espouse feminist talking points and ideology without realizing, because they didn't sit in a class that was called feminism, it's the equivalent of a fish that was born in water. That's
no, nigga. No, Dr. Seuss. Women always been grimy, nigga. The fuck? Women, why do you think sexual liberation had to happen? Because niggas knew prostitution been around since the beginning of fucking time. Hoes been hoes. Prostitutes been prostitutes. Feminism, that they want to leave me. Women always had a mindset, sell my pussy and have my independence. Why do you think they had prostitutes way back in the beginning? It's because hoes they were selling their coochie because they wanted what? Independence. They want freedom. They didn't want a man. This is before America. Hundreds of thousands of years before America. The fuck?
trying to debate and argue with everybody about whether or not it's actually wet. It is your world. It is our civilization. We are a matriarchal.
Women always divorced men. Always. Divorce was back in the days of Moses. And Moses, he's taking the children of Israel through the land of the wilderness of sin. Divorces were happening. Women been leaving their men.
System culturally. We are a patriarchy politically. We are a matriarchy culturally. So if you look at it through that lens, that's why when you go to court, you and me will not be viewed the same way. If you do something wrong, you won't get the same consequences that I will if I do said thing. So it's so much involved in so much of what we do. We have boys growing up in single mother households who doesn't know what leadership and masculinity looks like anymore. Feminism has destabilized our culture. The nuclear family is not seen as essential. Women for the last.
Now, this is a lie of lies. Nuclear family never been. It's always, oops, babies has always been. Unplanned pregnancy has always been the leader of kids being born. I don't know where that these people get this nuclear family shit from. I don't know where they got it from. But it's always been oops babies. It's people who are married and the women are having babies from other men. They're fathering kids that are not even their kids. They don't even know it for 10 years, 15 years. So how is nuclear family the standard? Which has never been. Women and men been fucking each other's wives all the motherfucking time, sneaking and creeping. That's never been stopped. The fuck? Oh, the nuclear family. The nuclear family always been fucked up. Always been babies that ain't been there, right? Damn, that ain't my kid. I thought you was my kid. That's the milkman baby. that's the neighbor's baby. Damn, he look like my neighbor. Until DNA testing came about. Think about it. Think about it. Until they brought DNA testing, there were a lot of women having babies from men outside of their marriage. They didn't have DNA tests, so a lot of men thought they was raising their kids. Think about it. Think about it. DNA testing is fairly new. Fairly. For hundreds of thousands of years, did not have DNA testing. So women were having kids by other niggas still. Niggas been creeping with other niggas' wives. Only until then when we got DNA testing, then we was able to get answers. And definitively say that's not your kid. But before then, there was always questions like, damn, why does this kid don't look like my other kids? And so this has been going on for centuries. So what do you mean a nuclear family? Women been getting fucked and impregnated by other niggas that wasn't their husbands. The fuck? Women been cheating. Men been cheating. We both been cheating, right? Men been having families on the other side of the track, right? So the nuclear family is what? The figment of the imagination, something that we as kids that we thought was the nuclear family, but we didn't know mama was getting fucked in the other hotel room. We didn't know dad was creeping over because they was trying to fake it till they make it. Oh, we're going to pretend like we happy for the kids because we want the kids to see what it's like to be married. But they couldn't stand each other. This is where the sexless marriages were happening. But you kids didn't know this shit because parents didn't let you know. They really honest with you. They lied to you. Every time they see you, they was hugging and kissing so you guys can see, don't be like us. And the men, they took that shit and ran with it. The women, they didn't give a fuck. They didn't give a fuck. They didn't give a fuck. So now, here we are in 2026, you got a lot of men who was delusional about this nuclear family because they believed the lies of their parents. Their parents were lying to you, nigga. They just did it because, they said, well, maybe they won't be like us. And the little boys, they literally believe that shit. Oh, yeah, mom, dad, shit. 2-family household, that's the community. That's the community top. But they didn't know that mom couldn't stand that because she didn't let you see it back in the day. So now in 2026, because we got DNA testing, now we got cameras everywhere, right? We can see a lot. You got, cheaters, right? Now you can't fake it. Now women are no longer faking it anymore. Fuck it, I'm out. Fuck you, nigga. I'm gone. Get y'all shit, get in the car. And my lawyers will be to holler at you. The fuck? The lawyers that you're gonna pay for, nigga. And I'll be expecting that child support check. See, now the women ain't faking it no more. Now they ain't lying. Women ain't lying to their daughters anymore and whispering in their ear saying, don't be like me. Now they're fucking leaving. Well, mom, why you didn't fuck him? Okay, mom. And that's where we at in 2026. Women And men need to catch up. Because these women, they don't value the nuclear family like men of 2026 do. Men still talking about, oh, the best way to build a community, get married, have kids. And the women are saying, nigga, if I'm not happy, I'm leaving your black ass. What value do men have? Well, that depends on the woman, Shiesty, but it depends on what her value is from. Right? Women, typically, the value they place for men is what she wants or what she expects him to treat her. So when a woman is picking out her mate or her boyfriend or her husband or whatever, right, to be a relationship with, she's going to pick the guy who could best cater to the things that make her happy. So that's valuable to her. That's what it varies from women. Some women, money. Some women, money and sex. Well, I think all women's money and sex. But some prioritize emotional intelligence. Some prioritize time. So it varies. It varies from women to women. But universally, all women want to get a man to cater to them. That's the value. They want to get, some women want to get the best looking guy to do it. Right? They want to get the best looking guy so they can make that guy who have a gang of bitches serve her. So, yeah, children ain't not necessary for women. Children, I do think, Shiesty Bump, some women like having children from a man for aesthetics. Maybe she wants to be a mother and she wants to have a really good looking baby. She wants to have really pretty children, right? There's some women who think like that, right? They get with a guy just because he's good looking to breed. Some people just get with some people just to breed only and only. That's it. Everything ain't about marriage. That's what niggas need to understand. Some women get with men just to breed with that nigga. And then they're done with him. They don't like nothing about this nigga. But they want pretty children. They want genes, they want them to be tall, athletic. Right? Y'all don't remember when Lonzo Ball father said, oh yeah, I got with my wife because she was a track runner. You know what I mean? We're here for many reasons, boy, Bodie. We're here for many reasons, multiple reasons. That's one of them. But there's many other reasons people are here for. But that's a whole other conversation for another day. But some women or some men get with people just to breed. The genetics, the aesthetics. They want their kids to be like, a man, he's into sports and he wants to get him a girlfriend. He wants to get with a woman that's tall, right? Longer. So his son can be tall and make the NBA. Some people breed for aesthetics and genetics. Everybody ain't breeding for marriage, nigga. And get out of this fucking illusion. Some women just breed with niggas. Some niggas just breed with women because they want their kids to look a certain way, certain type. This is a fact. This is a true fact. Everybody ain't looking at a person that they want to breed with. Oh, I want to marry them. I want to live happily ever after with them. That's not the reason the only reason people have kids for. But for some strange reason, we hear a lot of men on these panels talking about marry before you carry. Marry before you carry. And that's an illusion. Some men want to get married. If the woman gets pregnant, he automatically wants to marry her, regardless of the red flags. because he wants his family. Well, that's understandable, right? Then there's other men, right, who just want to have sex and reckless sex because they just want to fuck, and they're leaving it in because it feels better, it feels good, the full completion, and then the baby comes, and then they don't want to have it. She wants to have it. Oops, baby. Right? There's oops babies. Some niggas and some women, they just love to have sex and they're having oops babies. But then there's another set of people, especially rich people, especially famous people. Some people breed they want a certain aesthetic, genetic. Like Michael Jackson, he bred with Elvis Presley daughter because he wanted his kids to look whiter than white. He didn't want his kids to look black, giddy black. Some people, and this is big in the rich people, some people fuck to just breed with the genetics, aesthetics. That's it. So the illusion that, oh, well, the family is supposed to be married before you carry, or why the fuck would you leave your dick in her? Or why the fuck would you get her pregnant? Why do you get pregnant by him? All this stupid ass rhetoric. Nigga, the human race must go forward. And if we waiting for everybody to get married, nigga, we be motherfucking extinct already. If everybody waited for everybody to get married back in the day, we all be extinct. It'd be 100 niggas on earth. 50 bitches, 50 niggas. %98 of babies are born out of wedlock. Because a lot of them, you got to remember, a lot of them married couples having babies or having other niggas' babies that they're not married to while they're married to another nigga. Well, that's just a God thing. That's a godly divine thing, right? That's just a godly divine thing, right? God's bringing people into the world to keep the human race going forward. So there's nothing you can do about that. Nothing we can do about that. That's never going to change until the world ends. There's like a baby born like two babies born every 4 or 5 seconds or something. So this dick discipline, this carry before you marry, that's just a bunch of BS. Everybody has different reasons. Some girls try to have babies to trap the nigga. They try to make some chicks have babies with a dude to try to, make the relationship work. Well, maybe if I have this baby, maybe we'll work it out better. Maybe all our problems go away. So everybody's different in why they want to have babies. It's not one size fit all. It's not one size fit all.
Last 20 years are saying out loud, I don't need a man. That is feminist ideology.
But you didn't hear me say that.
There's nothing wrong with a woman not needing a man. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that thinking. I'm actually cool with that. I'm cool with the way women think. They don't need a man, fuck it. Because I don't need that bitch either. We don't need each other. The fuck? I don't care about being women selfish. She can be selfish if she want to. I'm going to be selfish too, bitch. We're going to be selfish together. Guess what that means? There's two selfish motherfuckers. I'm not here to change no bitch. I'm not here to raise no bitch. Listen, I don't care if a woman thinks she don't need a man. I don't care. It does not bother me one bit. It doesn't bother me when a woman says, I don't need a man, I'm independent. Live in your truth, boo-boo. Live in your truth, boo-boo. Do you. Because I'm already independent. So we both under the same umbrella. So it does not bother me to hear women say, I don't need a man. Okay, cool. And the way they're supposed to think. Women are supposed to think that way. They're not supposed to trust no man. That's cool. That's cool the way to think like that. Guess what? But I don't trust no bitch either. And I don't need no bitch either. The sentiments are concurred.
And I've never been taught that.
What? Oh,
You have never heard me say I don't need a man. I never say that.
You don't say that, Bo.
I never say that.
You don't say that, but your mom raising you on survival and the mentality of you having to take care of yourself. You're living your life.
smell it.
If you don't need that man, you
No,
don't
I'm
need a man
not.
because you can take care of
No,
everything.
I'm not. I am living my life as if there may not be one. But
Fear.
There's nothing
My
wrong with
mo-
that. There's no. Go ahead. I agree with that. Rufus will support that message. Rufus will support that message.
mother has always tried to get this I need a man out of me because she wants me to understand that that may not come. Not that I don't, like, you don't need no man. No, but I need you to be able to take care of yourself just in case that doesn't happen. She wanted me to be prepared. I have always been the type that I'm like, I need a man. I have always been that type that made myself available, that made myself, and y'all hear me talking like this. It is because of the effort that I have put in. It is because I have been that soft, feminine, soft-spoken, agreeable person. All of these things that you all say women need to be, I have been that. It's me.
Mm-hmm.
But I got married. I'm sorry. But for whatever reason, it didn't work out, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so, in being that agreeable, soft, serving wife, all of the things, right?
Yeah.
I had to become the person that you see right now because I know that even if you have a man, they're not always reliable. Because men are not raised to be husbands. Men are not raised to be leaders. They're raised to be men.
But would it
That
matter?
don't lead.
Would it matter?
But
Now that part, that doesn't make no sense. Now you saying they wasn't raised to be leaders. What the fuck you talking about? She most likely wanted him to lead the way she wanted to be led. And the man didn't do that. Thank you for coming to the show. I'm out.